Now, why is personal fitness so important? Other than just looking good in the mirror, personal fitness is very important. If you haven't noticed lately, we're living a way past what we used to. Studies are showing that we're living up to like 90 years old. Some of us 100, 125 is the numbers that they are predicting. So if you're gonna be around for that long, my personal goal is to be as healthy as I can. Not to say that nature is not gonna happen, but I'm gonna do my best, my part, to make sure that I play hard as I can. Having said that, years ago, I read this book and it talked about eat right for your type. I read this book years ago by this Dr. Damo. I hope I said it correctly. Anyway, the article read, the letter O stands for old. So it's actually ancient Neanderthals, about 40,000 years ago. All right. And they hunted for their food. And of course, as meat became more rare, they kind of dispersed out, throughout the continent to exclude Antarctica. Now, old type blood, I know with the way meat is now and the way meat is injected, it's a little difficult to have meat. Now, I know vegans, I know not everybody's diet is the same. Like I said earlier, you have to figure out what works for you. I tried vegan. It wasn't for me. So for old type, if you are gonna eat meat, you're gonna need to find yourself grass-fed meat. Milk and dairy and bread blows you up. It blows me up. If I try to have milk, I get really, really sick. So that stuff is not for us. Bread will blow me up in days. I can have bread on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By Thursday, I look like I put on 50 pounds. So it's very important that you're paying attention to what you're consuming based on your blood type, not based on your neighbor's diet. All right, now that we're gonna go back, you will probably wanna check out this book. And that book really focuses on your blood type. Now, my diet, the way I eat, is not for everybody. Now, I'm O negative, so I had to do my own personal study on how O negative should eat. O negative, O type blood, they're meat eaters, robust, tough and digestive tracts, highly active immune system. Best way to deal with stress is rigorous physical activity. Hence why I enjoy working out. That also has to do with your blood type. Cannot adapt easily to drastic dietary and environmental changes. And efficient metabolism is essential to stay lean, healthy, and energetic. I'm definitely O negative. I did try to be vegan all the way for about 3 years, but it didn't really work out for me. Not to say that the vegan lifestyle is not good, because now I practice vegan 80% of my diet. The other 20%, I implement some fish. I don't eat chicken, forget red meat. Stopped eating red meat so long ago, I can't even remember. Like, I was in high school when I stopped eating red meat. All right, so having said that, vegan is not for everyone. Do your research, find out your blood type, and eat right for your type. So O negative is my blood type. So if you're O negative, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the secret. O negative blood type, we're high protein, greens, and complex carbs. Complex carb, we can't consume too much of it. We still gotta watch that complex carb. I'm talking about sweet potatoes, I'm talking about quinoas, I'm talking about beans, all that stuff, fibrous stuff, really, really good. We love fruits. Our body just loves fruits. And if you're O negative and you eat that way, you will find it very easy how fast you will actually lean out. So having said that, I focus on my blood type, how I should eat. I don't really discuss diet with everybody because everybody think they have the answers, but there's no set diet for everybody. So it's important for you to do your own research. So when you get your next physical, if you don't know your blood type by now, you want to ask your physician that you'd like to run a test so you know what your blood type is, so you know what you can and cannot do. All right. So I also don't drink that much, not because I don't enjoy a nice beverage, but because the way my body and my brain responds is not, it doesn't really work. So if I am gonna have something, it's gonna be organic, and I'm trying to limit how much I drink. So, but those are the personal rituals that work for me. You have to figure out what works for you and work within those quarters, and don't abuse yourself. Because remember, the topic today is about self-care. All right, so now that we've covered the basic of what this conversation is going to be about, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about 3 ways to self-care on the physical aspect. But in the physical, we're also going to talk about how the mental affects it, how the spiritual affects it, and how the actual physical gets involved. Okay, on the mental aspect, it is a decision for you to decide that you want to lose weight, you want to look your best, you want to feel great. The way I do it personally is I have about 4 mirrors in my house. Real talk, I got 4 mirrors in my house, 3 of which are in my own personal bedroom. I know. It's a personal thing. So I'm going past 3 mirrors like every day. Those mirrors are my accountability partners when nobody is around for me to be able to see what needs to be worked on. Because see, you can't fix or attend to something that you can't see. If all you post is selfies, you can't see the rest of your body. If you don't have a full-length mirror in your house that you're standing in front, you don't know what's going on. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. You don't want to find out that you have an extra roll until you go to the fitting room. You know, you're trying out that outfit and you're like, oh my God, I done put on some weight. I didn't even notice. You don't want that to happen. So because of that, I have 3 mirrors in my house. I have been that person. I don't know if I've ever said I put on an extra roll, but I've gotten stuff, places that I was just like, oh no, this is not gonna work. So I have 4 mirrors in my house, 3 of which are in my room. That's one reason, right? Okay, cool. So on a mental aspect, I'm mentally saying to myself, you know, as my affirmation, we're gonna be the best that we can be. So in the morning when I wake up, I will literally stand in the mirror for a few minutes before I go to the gym. And this is happening at 4:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? On a mental aspect, this is what I'm doing every single day. This is how I stay on my game every single day. And on the weekend now, thank God, on the weekend, that little voice in my head that gets me up every day, it gives me a break on Saturdays and Sundays. But if I got stuff to do on Saturdays, it will wake me up by 7 or 8 o'clock and get me to the office. Like, I won't be able to sleep late. On Sunday, it shuts off. My higher self just don't bother me on Sunday. It literally shuts off and let me have a day of rest. Thank God for that. All right. So when I say my higher self, what am I talking about? That's going to be step number 2. So we talked about the mental aspect on how to get so disciplined that you commit to something, right? On step number 2, we're going to talk about the higher self. We're going to talk about your spirituality. We're going to talk about God, all that good stuff. Whatever your spiritual practice is, if you have a spiritual practice, this is where it comes into play. So right about 3:45, 4 o'clock, like clockwork, my eyes will pop open. And I'm like, I got about 30 more minutes before I really have to get up. And I would try to go to sleep. And literally, I would hear Maya. Like, it's insane, you know. And it's like, no, it's time to get up and go train. And I've been doing it for so long that only people that are on this level of discipline can actually understand what I'm talking about. Okay, once your training time comes in, your body will not let you rest. But it took years to get to that. I mean, I've been training something like since I was 9 years old. I've always trained continuously since I was 9. But never have I been on this type of strict training like I am right now. But I've always trained. I remember when I was 9 years old, I convinced my parents to buy me this SoloFlex machine. I don't know if you guys know what SoloFlex was. I don't even know how much it was. But they bought me a machine, and the only person that used it in the house was me. Everybody else just used it as furniture. But I was the only one training on it. And after that, got into high school, got into weight training, played on the basketball team. I've always been an athletic person, loving to move around, riding my bike, I've just always been a physical person. I just enjoy it. Clock strikes 4:30, my eyes pop open, I hit the mirror so my mental can get activated. I look at what I need to do, get my pre-workout supplement in. If I have enough time, I'll meditate. I definitely do a prayer, I'll pray, and I'm set. Okay, then we get into the gym, the physical aspect of it gets in there, right? I train, I do what I have to do. And don't get me wrong, some days I don't want to be bothered. Some days I don't want to go. You know, like my body's like, no, we're tired, we don't want to do that today. But my mind is so programmed. You have to callous this thing, right? You have to get it to be so strong. It doesn't matter what hammer is beating up on it. Your mind is so made up that nothing can change it. Because you must do it. It has to get done. And definitely something is attractive about a human being that has discipline. It's not attractive when you're not disciplined. It's not. You know, man or woman, discipline is a very attractive thing. But for you to make a decision, stick to it, is rare. A lot of people cannot do it. So I always keep that in the back of my mind, that I know that in the back of my mind, I know that somebody is being influenced by my efforts, right? As long as I'm helping someone, whether when I get to class, I'm pushing somebody, or when I post these videos. So for me, that's my own personal thing on why I keep going, because somebody is looking and saying, hey, you know what? If Maya could do it, I could do it too. So that's amazing, right? So that's the physical aspect. Now, what also goes hand to hand with the physical aspect is your diet. It doesn't matter how much you train. If your plate is still dirty, okay? And when I say dirty, you're still eating a lot of junk food, a lot of sugar, a lot of salt, you're drinking all the time, you know, you're just not practicing good eating habits. You're not practicing good eating habits. Well, what's gonna happen eventually is that it's gonna start showing up. If you're working out and you're not eating clean, you're gonna lose weight, but you're gonna still have that layer of fat, you know, just not gonna lean out. So it's important for you to keep your plate clean. It's important to keep your plate clean. So if you're really trying to see some real results and you're in that space where you're not going anywhere, you kind of at plateaued, or you don't see any real result, you want to cut out all the sugar, the fat, all the extra stuff that you really don't need. So we've covered the mental aspect, we've covered the spiritual aspect, and we've covered the physical aspect. Healthier lifestyle is really a commitment. I want to tell you that you don't have to work hard at it, but I'd be lying. It takes a lot of work, but the results is not just aesthetic, it's also internal, for your mental wellness, for your confidence, just for your presence. Like if you were to imagine, let's say you're a salesperson, you show up into an office and you're very fit, you're very clean, and you have fitted clothing. Or you're sloppy, you know, you're a little bit overweight, you have a double chin. The chances of you getting that sale for some drastic reason is gonna be reduced. So the way you look plays a major part in your success. That's why a lot of successful people are very fit. They're very fit, their skin looks nice, they take care of their health, because unfortunately, we do judge the book by its cover. So having said all that, I've covered 3 parts of what's important and the physical wellness, your mental, your spiritual, and the actual physical. If you guys have any feedback, any questions, be sure to hit me up. Send me a comment. If you want me to talk about something in more details, let me know. I'll be more than happy to share what I have. My name is Maya G. That's Maya G the GOAT. If you have not done so as yet, go ahead and subscribe, share this message with everybody you know. It's always my pleasure to serve you. And remember, I love you and have a wonderful day.